Sifuna.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Allow me to begin, as my colleague has done, by thanking the members of the committee for a job very well done, Mr. Speaker. And that small discussion that was going on about page 11 and its contents, Mr. Speaker, I have only one observation to make. That in fact, Mr. Speaker, we have a rule of evidence that is known as the parole evidence rule, that immediately anything has been reduced into writing, Mr. Speaker, oral evidence is not acceptable to explain the contents of a document. Nothing could have stopped members of the committee who felt, for instance, that they don't agree with this particular position that had been taken by the committee from either including that information that was coming orally in this particular document, or in fact, Mr. Speaker, writing their own report so that we shouldn't hear from them that there was other information that is outside what is contained in this document. We say you should take pride and responsibility for everything you do in private when it comes to the public. You cannot agree on something in private, then when it comes to the floor of the House, somehow you are embarrassed by some of the decisions that you took. Mr. Speaker, going to the contents of the document itself, I want to laud the committee for giving the people of Siaya an opportunity, a chance for devolution to work for them. Because these two indictments are on very serious grounds, Mr. Speaker, of violation of the Constitution and the law. That in fact the governor himself, and I can tell that some senators who have spoken before me have not read this document. In this particular document, Mr. Speaker, there is an admission by the deputy governor himself. And those of you who know the law, they know the weight of an admission of an accused person is heavy. If the governor himself, at page 40 and 41 of the report, has admitted before the committee that he attempted to interfere with procurement processes, then really we shouldn't be debating it any further. We should take him at his own word. He has accepted to a crime, and he should face the consequences of his decision, Mr. Speaker. This committee are the ones who interacted with the evidence. They are the ones who interacted with the witnesses. They were able to tell certain things that we can't tell from this report, Mr. Speaker. For instance, you know, my senior here is a retired judge. You know that the court that takes the evidence, Mr. Speaker, is not the same as an appellate court that only reads the documents. Because they're able to see the demeanor of the witnesses to tell whether somebody is being truthful or not truthful. It would be unfortunate that we can come up with a committee of this House. They utilize all the resources of the House that they have utilized. All the hours that the clerks have spent, and then when they bring a report such as this one, we want to run away from the report, including, I'm suspecting, some members here who already adopted this report and have not told us anything else other than what we can read here on this document. So I want to thank you, Chairman William Kipkemoi Kisang, for giving the people of Siaya hope that now at least devolution is going to work for them. I want to thank Senator Omogeni, Senator Onyonka, Senator Maanzo, Betty Batuli, Senator Abbas Sheikh, Senator Mwenda Gataya Mofaya, Senator Catherine Muma, Tabitha Mutinda, my delegate, one of my delegates from Nairobi. Thank you for giving the people of Siaya hope that devolution can work for them. Senator Miraj and my friend Mheshimiwa Chimera, thank you so much for standing with the truth that where there has been a violation of the law, these senators, these distinguished senators will stand for the rule of law. They will stand for the Constitution, Mr. Speaker. Finally, Mr. Speaker, there is a law. My brother, the senator for Kiambu, wants to trivialize the giving of false information by public officers. Mr. Speaker, it is the Constitution under Chapter 6 that imposes this responsibility on us as elected leaders. Mr. Speaker, there is also a law called the Public Officer Ethics Act. It is actually a crime under that act, Mr. Speaker, to give misleading information in public. So you cannot just tell us, because you people in your coalition, you are used to giving false promises to Kenyans, you tell us that you can just retract. That is not the law, Mr. Speaker. You know, we were promised 6 stadia, we never received that stadia. We were promised 1 million shillings, we were never given those 1 million jobs. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Senator, you must protect me.
Senators,
pause my time, please.
Senator Sifuna.
Yes.
You are carrying a report.
Mr. Speaker.
You are carrying a report.
Yes.
and your debate ought to be confined to the tenets of that report.
Okay.
I have not seen any study in that report. I have not seen any false promises being addressed in that report. Kindly confine yourself to that report.
Mr. Speaker,
let the
please.
senator be heard in silence. Proceed and conclude.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. There was reference.
Senator Cherangei.
Mr. Speaker, can I be heard, please?
Senator Cherangei, I'm giving you a caution.
Mr. Speaker, there was an allegation here that was made that I was responding to. But anyway, I am happy that we as senators got to interact with this particular case. It was very interesting. For the first time in my life, I got an opportunity to see what a 1 million shilling chair looks like. Unfortunately, because I was not a member of the committee, I was not invited to sit on it like my brother, Senator Chimera. And I think having sat on that seat is when Chimera realized that resources that are due to the people of Siaya cannot be used for such things. And I applaud the committee for actually saying that this cannot continue, Mr. Speaker. Lastly, Mr. Speaker,
Senator Methu.